sorry for your... I blanked on your surname. I'm really sorry. This is the button.
Yeah. Hello, Slovenia. I know I can do that. When I came here, the lady from the organizers team said, "Hello, Augustinas, Latvia, Riga, right?" Yeah. No, it's Vilnius, Lithuania, so it's appropriate to do that for me. No worries. All right, Lithuanian design scene. I will not talk about it at all. There are great studios in Lithuania. Check it out. Sons and Daughters. Really good stuff, really different, a lot of styles. What I will talk about tonight is, I'm sorry, I just turned out the presentation. I haven't checked what to press to do the next slide. Here it is, yeah. I will talk about me. So this talk will be basically about me. I will show you a lot of childhood photos, what designers usually do in the conferences. But no, I don't know what organizers thought as well. I will talk how to fight AI and machine learning in general. So sorry, Isa, for that. So yeah, getting back to me. It's me. And it's a lot of my childhood photos, and you can see some similarities between them, because I really was into suits. Like, I don't know why, I don't know, maybe I had like many parties from the photos. It looked like I had many parties. So suits was a thing for me, and not coincidentally, because I said for everyone, I will be a president. I will be a president of Lithuania. And not Lithuania, but in some extent it happened. I was the president of the kindergarten. Afterwards, I was the president of the school. Afterwards, I was a president of the student union of Vilnius Art Academy. And I haven't lost the love for suits back then. Now, I don't wear a suit, but it's like a modern suit. It's a CEO vest. Like, it's like the modern version of it, yeah. So, with the love of the suits, I met Dish Mushroom. It's Domas, my partner in the agency. I met him at the university because he started dating my ex. It was really weird because he started dating her after 3 days. We broke up, but he dated only for a year, and then afterwards it was totally okay to start a studio together because there was no like tension between us, and I stopped trying to be a president and started being a designer. And from that time, we were stupid enough to found the studio just after the university. Silly us, but somehow in a year and a half or two, I don't remember those times, we managed to become a proper studio because we were five real alive persons. And the beautiful thing is that some are still with us. For example, Diana, who is the CEO, she's in charge of me, which is very hard. And wonderfully, we managed to work with some great clients at that time. They were like boutique clients and really small ones, like this one. We did like Lithuanian Berhain Club. We did a lot of like print houses, some cultural projects, some startups. And it was amazing time. We learned a lot. We did some design. You can see it here. It's, in my opinion, not bad. And we grew. As Lubos said, we are now 55, accidentally. Like Martina accidentally is very talented, so we are accidentally grew to 55. And it's not only us. We merged with a strategy consulting team, which is called Synthesis. Last year, we acquired 2 more companies, which is Need Digital. It's not so complicated things as ISA does, but it's just a web design studio. We do no code as well. And another is Particle PR, which is an international PR team. So our philosophy was always to make an ecosystem. It's all about branding, but it's about collaboration as well, because we believe that when a client comes with a problem, only design can't solve the problem, or it can't do everything. You need like an interdisciplinary team to really make a change. And with the change and with the scale came some pretty interesting clients, a little bit bigger, for example, like the National Railway. It was very interesting to make, of course. It's challenging because you sit in a board with 25 men, which everyone has opinion about design and things like that, and it's kind of hard to make it in the end, but we made it. It's on trains. It's pretty good, like to take a train and see your logo. I'm quite proud. Another thing, we managed to work with some international clients, which is IKEA Global. Together with another agency, Given, we made a magazine for them. So it is like they make a huge survey every year where they collect a lot of data about life at home. So they ask, how do you feel, what your home is about, and then they use the data to implement it into the shops, to the customer experience and stuff like that. And before they presented it to all the branches in the PowerPoint presentation, and together with Given, we decided to pitch a new way to make it more human and more approachable. We made a magazine, and it was a very interesting project because many designers have a dream to publish a magazine, to do all the editorial stuff from editing to designing it. I never had, but somehow I did it, not voluntarily, just because it was IKEA, and when you get a email from IKEA Global, you can't say no, because maybe it's the only chance. So we managed to do it, and yeah, in the end, we published it. Somehow it was very tricky because we were not fitting the deadline at all. We were very behind, and then the printing process happened, and then we needed to send it to the CEO in Stockholm. And we already been behind, and I needed a solution how to do it fast, because it was a couple of thousand magazines, and it was impossible to send it with DHL or anything proper. And I just called for the IKEA people and said, I can bring it by myself. Just go to the plane, have a lot of luggage, and bring it. And they said, all right, maybe then we can postpone the deadline. Don't do that, please. Do a regular way. Your Eastern European shit doesn't work here. So, but we managed to publish. Another thing which we managed is to send a logo type to space. So not once, but 27 times. We worked for this Lithuanian satellites company, which produces nano satellites. It's the size of a shoebox, but they put it into a SpaceX rocket and shoot it to the space. So this is a nice thing that you can see it in the space. It's very little, but still you can see it. Energy companies, the previous speaker talked a lot about them. We worked with one as well, from National Energy to Ignitis. Strange name. My grandmother, which passed away, still couldn't manage to pronounce the new name. She doesn't like it at all. For her, it sounded very childish. Yeah, and 2023 came. We do every year a show reel just to remember about our work, which we did, and last year wasn't an exception. I really wanted to show you the 24 show reel, but it's impossible because it's still not the new year. But I think this is quite interesting as well. So please enjoy. It's a minute. I can drink some water. Yeah, so this is usually the part, I don't know if you go to these big conferences like OFF and others, but like here's the time where like speakers say that we got the email from Nike or something like that. That didn't happen. We never got email from Nike. That's wrong. But another thing happened. AI came, and I got broke. I went to the streets, at least when my father-in-law called me and said, "Oh, Augustinas, have you saw the news? AI came. You will lose your job. Like, that's it for you." And then I realized that maybe it makes sense. Maybe we have to find a way how to survive. And tonight's speech and talk is about how to survive and fight AI. So what I think, what usually AI does, I mean, in image generating or text generating, it copies. It finds the most obvious way and copies it. And I think designers usually, and not usually, but often do the same thing. They just go to Behance or go to Pinterest and copy and do similar stuff. There are ways when it really makes sense, but usually it's very hard with such a method to produce something really creative and something really interesting. So what I suggest is not to do that and not to copy. And for example, Brian Collins' studio, they have a library where they put not other designers' books, but they put like philosophy books or encyclopedia or things like that, and you can just go and look at the source, which is really valuable, and where it's not a copy, you just can get inspired. So what I suggest is to rebel and do a totally different thing. For example, pottery or signing science or printmaking or something really crafty and ruler, because like that worked for generations, and when something came, people did the opposite, and it was really interesting for other people. So what we usually think in the studio is to just go outside and experience real stuff, and sometimes not to use the AI or the technology at all. So that's what we did in 2019. We felt really uncreative somehow, and we almost thought to close the studio, but then somehow that summer I pitched the idea to write a letter for 100 studios, which I like. and to pitch the idea to exchange studios for a couple of weeks, to just go to another country, to live there, to create there, to use their office, to use their studio, to meet their friends, and things like that. And we did that. And we went to Florence, Italy, to exchange the studios with Studio Mutnik. They went to Lithuania, and that's what happened. Yeah, so every year we try to do it again, but something happens. Like 1 year, Ukraine war happened, and nobody wanted to go to this part of the Europe. Another year, maybe we were shocked by last year and haven't done it, but maybe this year. So if you have a nice studio in Košice or somewhere else, just drop us a line. Another thing, what we do is think totally different. Are here any basketball fans? Yeah, one basketball fan? Yeah, I know you are more a hockey culture. I am a big basketball fan, and I don't know if you know, but there is a women basketball team in Košice which is called the Good Angels. The Good Angels, it's what I mean with this, like when around there, like teams like bulls, snakes, I don't know, skeletons, something really active and aggressive. The team comes and says, all right, let's call ourselves angels. Like something very, very innocent. But somebody says, no, maybe that's not good enough. Maybe, you know, that thing with like Archangel and Lucifer, maybe someone won't understand that angels are good. Maybe let's do good angels that would really prove that we have a point. So yeah, Košice, Good Angels, go, EuroLeague. They are in the EuroLeague and doing quite good. So yeah, and we had the chance to work with another team, which is Žalgiris, and to like explain you what does it mean to like make a most famous basketball team in Lithuania is that after the rebrand, I've got proper death threats to my Instagram, where people who weren't happy about that the team in general rebranded, like threatened me to, don't go to Kaunas, which is like Lithuanian Košice, you will be smashed by me, and like I got a ton of like messages that, but everything in the end went good. The rebrand is until this day, and the idea was to zag when everybody is sick, like when basketball brands try to be modern, and when they try to be like about like technology and these like really modern minimalistic thing, we did the totally different. We went to the historical part. We made huge surveys, what is important for the fan base. We look at the three main things in Lithuania history, was when we made a European tournament in the beginning of the 20th century, then when in 90s we won the EuroLeague Cup, then when Sabonis in 70s won against the Soviet Union CSKA team. So these three things happened in different times, but we mixed them all, and we wanted to express this mentality of hustling and like being a winner through history, and that's that's what happened, and that's the new brand.
Some people question if Lithuania is still a basketball country. But Kaunas is a basketball city for sure. Here, a legend was once born. New legends still are. The first friendship. The first love. I still care about being first. This street has its own rules. Don't give up. Show support. Lead by example. Remember, this city is made by us. But we are made by this city. And our street has a voice. Because this is where the strongest generation will grow up. No doubt.
Yeah, and Puma paid for this, so not Nike. Yeah, so together with other studios and collaborating, for example, on this clip, we made a strategy which is all about history and authenticity. I think this is one of the way how to fight against AI, just to go to the history and find something interesting, because AI don't uses now things which are hard to find and where you have to go through books and things like that. I think soon it will be founded by AI as well, but for now we are safe. So looking at those historic photos, for example the fans art, we created a font which resonates with that. So this typography, we use it for the whole identity, and it's a totally custom font which somehow tells the story of the basketball team. Some cool merch, Sabonis, it's like Madonna in Lithuania, so it's very nice to have a t-shirt with him, 90s inspired. So as you see, we did weird stuff. We mixed the 90s with some 40s inspiration, but in the end somehow everything clicked, on my opinion, maybe not yours, but for me it was quite good, and these different inspirations went pretty well together. I hope there's no Pinterest people, because I say a lot of bad things about them. So yeah, what I was saying before, going to Pinterest and finding inspiration there is not a good way. For example, my way was to survive a bath time with my daughter a year ago. On that time we were working on some cosmetic brands for kids, and accidentally I was left alone with my daughter, and she had, how to say it, not insulting here, bad smell. And I decided to have bath here, and we went to the bath. I put her hair into the tub. And then I understood that I forgot something, because she got anxious and somehow uncomfortable, and it was not a good bath time, because what I forgot was her toy box. She always baths with a lot of toys, and that was my biggest mistakes, because I totally forget it. And I haven't had anything to amuse her, so it went really bad. But that bring me and us to think a little bit, and we created this character, which is packaging, and which is cute, and which can help you if you are a mother or father to amuse your kid, because it's a toy and it's in the bath and you don't need a toy box. So fun thing, but there's nothing new with googly eyes. And if you will go to Pinterest, you will like find a ton of cosmetic brands. So we needed to push, we needed to improve somehow, and we thought, all right, what's another problem? Maybe it's hard to amuse for longer. That's again a lesson which my daughter teach. So we thought maybe we could like add stickers that could help to make from a package like this potato hat toy, and then my daughter could play a little bit longer, and I can even wash her hair. Yeah, and that pretty well as well. We won best of category Dialine, which is a quite honorable award. And yeah, that's one way how to fight AI. Another way is be more like Isa. It's to be an expert. It's to know your shit and to use AI as a pro and to do everything really professionally. And we try that for time to time as well. For example, with the same client, with the Oga, we were doing a packaging product, and it went well. We produced it, and then we decided to make a case study from it. And because it's, again, a very old brand, and it's organic, and it needed to show the authenticity, but at the same time, it was a new rebrand, and we wanted to show that it's the next step, and it's modern and innovative. We decided to use Midjourney and to produce some weird images from it. So we talked with it a lot, and we managed to like get this not very standard output of it. Then again, use it a little bit of Photoshop, but still it felt really synthetic. It didn't feel organic. So what we thought about is to print it out and to use it as a background for the photos. And in the end, connecting those two things, like printing AI-generated thing and then using it as a background, turned out pretty well. It was this middle between something organic and something digital and modern and new. Yeah, so this is Wagga. Another thing is to create a tool by yourself. So this is Klaipėda University. It's a university by the sea. It's a marine, blue economy, as they call it, university. So we were working with them, and we understood that the research institute has a thing. It's a buoy, I think that you pronounce it. It's a gadget in the sea which measures like sea level and wind and stuff like that. We were talking with the institute, and they said that it was stolen, but somehow after a month they bought the new one, and we managed to get real data at real time. Here you can see a picture of the generator, so you should basically go to the website and see what's the weather in Klaipėda right now, and how strong is the wind, and what is the size of the waves, and things like that. And you can just stop it and then use it as a picture for example, a banner, or for a diploma, or things like that. So it's a nice metaphor that we pictured, that designer didn't came and do a design for a university, but the sea did it by herself. So yeah, Klaipėda University. It's a very old building, nice posters on it. Another thing which is about data, and which we worked on when we acquired the data company, we understood that it will take time to like work together, because client has to come with which needs data in their branding and design. So we decided not to wait and initiate project by ourselves, and we thought that, all right, what problems do we have? We have a pitch that we say that we don't do projects just because of trends and feeling and intuition, and we always need to make some kind of research and to collect data, but the budget is not always there, and then we need to cut corners, and we decided to create a tool which cuts corners. So we decided to take Google, Spotify, and YouTube open data and make a tool from it. So we took it and made a map of Europe, which indicates how in different countries digital data is used. For example, in some countries they use upbeat content, which is very energetic, like Spain and etc. In others, they use only local stuff. For example, Austrians, they only use like listen to local music, watch local content, and etc. And from that you can see some patterns, and we created this website. It's called cultureindex.digital, where you can go and can see some maps, where you can see patterns on how country is negative, how it's positive, how does it use local content or international content, and then you can make some basic decisions on it. It's quite useful and looks gay, but it's not a bad thing, because it's logical. Like, this is not a random flag. You can see that these patterns are generated by data, and it means something. If you go to the site, you can discover that. And the nice T-shirt, which I would like to have. So yeah, what's the difference here? It's when you are expert, you don't like just do it really simply. You try to have layers of everything, and then where the true expertise is born. So I encourage you to collaborate, to use AI, then not to use it, then connect few AIs, then to put a craft on it, and then when something interesting can become live. So a simple statement: AI needs us more than we need it. And the conclusion is that good artists generate, great artists engineer, and I think you have to craft, do pots, or be an expert in tech, be an early adopter or innovative. If not, and you don't know what to choose, it will be a problem. Or not. Maybe it will be an opportunity and innovation. So take it as you want. So I didn't want to just to talk about. I really wanted to make practice, and I have some lyrics over here, which I don't know. Maybe Lubush, maybe you could help me to like give out to the people. So I took 3 AI programs and wanted somehow to bring you in the first time in the history of Slovakia, to ask you to sing the rebel song of designers and raise up for our values, for the craft, for canvas and paint, and sing it together with me. So you have the lyrics, at least some of you. So rise up for designers for the first time in Slovak history.
We're the dreamers with colors in our veins, pixels and vectors breaking all the chains, crafting visuals on the depths of our minds. We're a machine gonna leave us behind. Rise up, designers, let's leave the sky. With every brush stroke we're flying high. Screw the algorithm, taking a stand. Creativity's just in our hands.
I have a good voice. All right, don't worry, I won't sing the whole song. Oh shit, I forgot that. Now you have to listen for it, because it's impossible to switch another slide. Yeah, so... Now the dreams now. Still, can't put another slide. Oh shit! I have a minute. You have to listen for a minute. Now, no, not yet. Yeah. The technician said me that when the green screen you will see. Yes, finally. Thank you. Follow us. Buy andstudio. Represent us if you want to talk about business with me. It's my email. And if you want to exchange. Thank you so much. Whew. Now, guys, cha-cha time now.
Really? You need it?
Yeah, I really need it. Shit, that was hard. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Cheers.
Holy mothers, you are really holy.
How do you say cheers in
EDC24. EDC24.
Okay. That's good fun.
Cheers. Shit. Survived it. Whew.
Okay, first things first. Did you write that song?
No, AI did. I don't know if you do that, but when I chat with ChatGPT, I always say please and thank you.
Yeah, me too,
And this one time I decided to trick her and to write a song against herself. So, I don't know, it's why hair, it's it, but for me AI is somehow female-ish. I don't know why.
So you're fighting against AI, but you
use it. Yeah. And I said in my, I use it.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, I use it. And I
You
said,
pay for it, I was going to say.
definitely I pay for it. And what I say, one of the methods to fight it is to use it and to understand it and be expert in AI. So this is one of the methods how to win against AI.
And is it part of your design process? Is it do you use it for something?
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Mockups, whatever.
We do.
Germany, whatever that is.
We do, and as this AI project, this data project is one of the examples. But we create some simple machine learning things, for example, to positioning our clients. So it's what I said is one or the other. It's you have to rebel it and do pottery, or you can be an expert in it and use it every day. So that's at least our philosophy.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I
Yeah,
think,
it's not a straight opinion. We're a bit loose on it, but the AI is not clear yet as well. We will decide when it will get even more intelligent.
Yeah, then we will decide. Yeah, or it will.
Yeah.
But
And kill us.
You said in the beginning you will not talk about Lithuanian design scene.
Yeah.
But I still want to ask. It's one of the reasons why we call it Eastern, because I think we share a similar context, and in some way the context means that we have similar clients. What are the clients like in Lithuania?
I don't know. They're nice. I know many don't like their clients. I do. Somehow every client is different, and sometimes it's a hard client, and that's nice too. Hard clients teach us a lot for us as well. So I think they're we have a podcast, and I don't know if you don't film, yeah. You don't film. So last week we had a podcast with with Thomas. He is a creative director in Collins, and he said that the biggest red streaming platform was the worst client ever. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. And look, big name, huge name, and Collins firm says so. So I think you can find bad clients everywhere. Doesn't matter what's the country.
No, of course. And is there if you have to talk about ratio of Lithuanian to international clients, okay, you are 55, it's big studio. Would you say that's still half-half, or are you really working more internationally now?
No, we have 15% from 15 to 25%. This depends on the year. International clients and the other are locals.
Lithuanian.
Yeah.
And this is also interesting because Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia being Baltics, being small countries relatively, does that work as well? Do you work a lot in the region? Is there unity somehow in the design scene?
Yeah,
that sense?
sometimes yes, sometimes not. Unity with people, very much. Like I have a lot of designers, Estonians and Latvian friends. Client-wise is like some client from Riga or Tallinn. Does it often come for like Lithuania as a design country or searching for a design firm? It's not very usual. Sometimes when like a company works in the all three Baltic states, then it's a competition between all the design studios and agencies in the region.
Okay, shall we open up to questions? We need some light. Thank you. We have a mic. Question, Lucia?
Obviously. I want to ask you about the exchange. I think it's an excellent idea. How does it work? Like you just exchange offices, homes, clients?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, just offices. Like we were thinking about clients, but it would be hard. For example, now Mutnik, like at that time, was 4 people. Now we are 55, so it would be hard, like to exchange in general. But we are planning to rethink this all. But in general, just the studio space. It's more an inspirational project, not like a very dedicated to like feel all the parts of what you are mentioning. So yeah, basically it's just the studio. We offer it from 2 to 4 weeks to exchange. Like so, just use it. Like we left an inspiration sheet where to go, who to meet, what to visit. So basically, it's more for leisure, but on the same time, you can work there because you have a studio, computers, and all the resources. You don't need to ship them. So this is an idea for that.
And are you ready for partial switch, like smaller studio?
So definitely yes. So we work in teams. So the idea is maybe not like now to send all the 55 people, but maybe to just send one team, and to bring another. That's maybe even more interesting because we can like share on spot our processes and things like that. Maybe it could be even more interesting, not only about inspiration, but more about like actual learning.
So if you, I just have an insider information. They have a sauna in their studio.
Yeah, we do.
Just in case you're a fan and want to exchange studios. Do we have more questions? No? Okay. Well, I have a question still.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not sure, when I looked at your, I don't think it was website, might have been Facebook or something. You used to run a conference.
Yeah. We do a conference every year. It's quite small. It's around 150 people. It comes to our office. We can fit them all there, and we just because like there's no actual conference only about visual things in Lithuania. There are advertising conferences and more holistic ones, but there is nothing very specific about visuals. So we decided to make one every year.
What's the name of it? Just promoting it at this point.
It's called Creativity Scouting. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. I'm really sorry for blanking on your surname there with the introduction. I will not do it again.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah,
it's hard with your name for me as well, Lubosh. It needed a couple of days because yesterday I called him Lubosh, and he doesn't answer it now. I understand why.
Didn't I? I think there might have been a different problem.
All right.
Anyway. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
This was Augustinas Paukšte.